Welcome back to Code Hive, the place where we make it work, make it right, and make it fast. So I'm so excited to talk about this new topic, which we'll be looking at, the Oracle, right? I am so excited. Oracle is actually my favorite database to use. It's similar to SQL. I mean, that's why I started with SQL, because if you know the basic concepts of SQL, then this will be easier. It's the same thing, but it's kind of just different because with the SQL Server we use the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, and for Oracle we'll be using the Oracle Developer. So there is quite a bit of differences. So I will be uploading a video where I show you guys how to insert the Oracle Developer, but for now I just want us to get through basic stuff like data types and so forth. That way, once we start with the installation of the Oracle, we get straight into examples and working with Oracle. So for this video, I want us to talk about the data types. So I'm not going to go too much into detail with the data types because, like I said, if you really understand SQL and the previous video where I talked about the data types, you will be able to understand this. Though there are a bit of differences, but we'll be looking at it in this video. So the first data type that I want us to actually look at is the char. So basically you can see over there that the char is a fixed length character data type. Okay, so basically, let's say you have a column called name. Okay, so let's say you have a column called name, and then you're using the char data type, and let's say you want the length to be 4. Okay, so the difference now with this char is the fact that whatever you're going to insert under the name column has to be 4 characters. So for example, you can say import, you can say code. Let's just forget the name part. You can say code, you can say read, whatever, right? The fact that all of this has the length of 4, 4, and 4. So you cannot insert the word Hive, for example, because it's not 4 characters. So that's the difference with the char. And everything that you insert has to be in inverted commas, single inverted commas. So I don't think this is too complicated. The only thing that you guys need to understand is the fact that if you are going to say that the length is 4, then everything that you will be inserting has to be 4 spaces, basically. If you say 10, then everything must be 10. So you can't have anything that is less than 10. Okay, so it has to be that specific length. And then the second one that we'll be looking at is the varchar 2. Okay, so basically the varchar, again, it's a variable length character data type. So again, with varchar, we have looked at it. So let's say you have a column called name and you say varchar 2, then you say the length of 10. So now you can insert anything. You can insert mpo, you can insert header, you can insert literally anything. The only difference is that it will stop at 10. So if you insert something that's longer than 10, it will only take 10 spaces. So that's the difference between the char as well as the varchar. So the char, everything you insert in that specific column has to be that specific length. In terms of the varchar, it's just telling you that it can take up to 10 spaces or it can take up to 50 spaces, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that specific length. Okay, so now the other difference that you'll notice is that it's also in single quotes. So that's the difference now between the Oracle as well as the SQL. In SQL, you would write it in double inverted commas. In this situation, it's just a single. Okay. And then the next one that we'll be looking at is the NVARCHAR 2. So variable length Unicode character data type. It is used for storing multilingual data. So we have talked about this. So basically it's the same as varchar, but you can store multilingual data. So you can store Afrikaans, you can store Spanish, you can install anything you can insert. So it's the same concept. You're just going to have your NVARCHAR. So you're just going to have your name, for example, NVARCHAR and the length. Okay, so I'm not going to give examples. I think it's quite clear what the NVARCHAR does. Okay, so the next one that we'll be looking at is the number. Okay, so basically number, it says that it is numeric data type that can store fixed or floating point numbers. So you would have noticed that in SQL we had int, but in this case int is number. So there's two ways in which you can approach this. So the first way, you can just have your number, right? So you can say contact. So let's say your column is contact and then your data type is number, okay? Then now when you insert, it will just literally be 012500751 whatever, right? So it doesn't matter in terms of the length. Or you could say, for example, contact, and then you also have number, but now the number has two things, right? So the number has a precision as well as a scale. So the scale says that the number of digits to the right of the decimal. So this is decimal. And then the P is the total number of digits. The total number of digits. So for example, let's say you have number and then you have 3 and 2. Okay, so whatever you're going to be inserting, let's say for example it will be 123.45 or 200.42. So initially what this is saying is that this 123, this 200 is going with the total, right, which is the 3, and then the other part, so this part is going with the 45, the 42, and the decimal. So it's indicating that there's two decimals after the comma, and the previous one is indicating that the total number of digits. So it's two ways. So you can either specify, meaning that you could do it in this way and specify, right? So this is when you specify, but this is when you don't specify. Okay, so when you don't specify, you just say that your data type is number and it can be whatever. So this could easily be, for example, 612, or it could be 314, literally anything. You did not specify anything. But if there will be decimals, then you need to indicate this. So this is called number. So it is the precision as well as the scale. I hope this really makes sense. We will be looking at examples, but for now, I hope this does make sense. And then the next one that we have is the date. So basically, it stores date and time information. So this can literally be any way that you want it to be. So for example, let's say you have a column called date of birth, and then the data type is date. Okay, so now when you insert, you're just going to say 15 May 2001, for example. So you need to make sure that you put it in inverted commas. Okay, so single quotes. So that's basically the date, or you could use the year, month, whatnot. So it could be 2001/05/15. Still has to be in inverted commas. So that's the data type. So I hope this does make sense. We've looked at the char, we've looked at the varchar. We've looked at the NVARCHAR, the number data type, as well as the date data type. So these are the commonly used data types in Oracle. Okay, so I'm not saying that these are all the data types. These are just the ones that are commonly used. So I hope this video made sense to you guys. If you have anything to ask me, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Please hit the like button if you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching.